Well, after like almost 2 weeks, if not more than 2 weeks, I finally got around to this. As like I said the other day, here is a brand new series that I don't know if it's gonna ever start, because hey, all my other series I thought was gonna be only like a one-time thing end up being series, so who knows. But anyways, this is a track debut for Adam, as it's custom El Paso track, as I'm on the racing version at the moment. As you can see, it's Chicago style. This is the first time I've actually touched this side, the racing part, because I've only touched the freestyle side as I was testing all out stuff. And here's pretty much all the obstacles. As you can see, he went out and got a whole bunch of cars and stuff, unlike Feld. But hey, Adam, kind of a little cheap on the colors, don't you think? I know everybody know, but you know me, I gotta have the tracks very colorful. But anyways, as we get things started, let's test out the ramps first, because unlike like my truck debuts where I show off the truck into like freestyle stuff, and if it's a break, we'll see where it breaks off. This part of track series, I'm gonna test out the track and stuff, see how well it is, because that's what's most important. Not only does it look good, but it has to work and stuff. And I got a nice reverse sky wheelie right there. So now let's go check this lane right here at full speed. I got a little bit of nice air, but it seems to get a little bit more of sky wheelies and focusing on like getting as bit long of a jump as possible. Alright, so now let's see over here, make sure they're equally fair as we crawl up to it. Got over it. You gotta be careful right here too, especially if you like reverse up and like come to a stop, you can get stuck right here. At that time I didn't, because one time earlier I was doing the first try of this video, I ended up getting stuck. So we're gonna park right here, floor into it. There you go, got a nice jump right there. So maybe I'll try it again, because when I did the first time, I wasn't lined up directly on the starting line. I was kind of like afterwards, I believe, as I'm still sick. Alright, here we go. Back it up to the line again. We'll see what happens. That'll be good. Am I stuck? Okay, I'm in second gear. Oops. I'm in first gear. As I floor into it. There we go. Got a nice jump right there into a slap wheelie right there. Alright, the ramps seem to be pretty good. But now let's see the turning cars and stuff. Let's see. I didn't really see on that side, but over here we have a jammer, which I have a little problem with this jammer, but it's not going to be till freestyle. But that's going to be a steep side if you hit from that side. And then a van, and then a car right here. And then you got the double right here being kind of a little off the side of the ramp. Side right there. Look like at the end, like a little tip if it's like sticking out of the turn. And you got a bus stack, and then another van, which aim at the opposite direction. And then a car, and then you got the bus stack right here, which, as you see, is like coming out a little bit into the turn right there. So that's going to be kind of a little bit of a trouble. And it's like, really like, this lane right here is kind of like, going to be kind of sharp, especially with the bus stack in a way. I can see maybe someone like going to it so fast, they'll hit, like I did right there, hit the side of the bus stack. So, Adam, you might want to make it a little bit shorter, maybe push it in a little bit more, so no one accidentally touches it, like goes over. Alright, so, here we go. We're going to do a racing test now. As I line up to the line. Maybe I'll try both lanes, but first things first, we'll try this side. Actually, I'll line up right here. Alright, here we go. As I'm going to do a Chicago-style lap. As I got second gear here, managed to avoid the jammer. Avoid the van stack. Did not really have a good turn right there. Managed to avoid the double, though. Got some nice air right there. Alright, here we go to the final turn. As I went way too wide right there. Hey, at least I'll avoid the bus stack right there. Nope, I hit the bus stack right there. As I go over the line right there. Alright, so now we're going to go test this side out. Kind of rusty because it's been a while since I've done Chicago-style tracks. And then again, I don't really race that much. It's mostly just freestyle. Alright, so now back up. Here we go. I don't think I'm straight, though. Am I? I think I'm kind of crooked a bit. Maybe this would be much better if I line up like this. I'm still not sure if I'm, like, line up crooked or not. Alright. Slowly pull up to the line there. Alright, we're perfect right there. Alright, here we go. Try this lane now from this side. Get another try this side. Hopefully I won't go so wide. And I kind of did, but not as wide as the last try. Managed to avoid the bus stack right there. Oh, I almost hit the side of the ramp right there. Could have gotten a almost a DNQ. No, 5-second penalty, I mean to say. As I got close to double, hit the double. And I definitely probably got a 5-second penalty right there. As I nosed it right there to a nice slap. Not slap, but like stoppy. So yeah. Adam, you might want to move the bus stack up a little bit closer so no one touches that side right here. And we'll go check over here because it might be the same problem over here too. Alright, so now over here. Actually, it's not really that bad right here, although it kind of like leaps out like right there, like a little tap right there. But the bus stack's much more of the problem. Alright, so that's it for the racing section. Now we're going to go check out the freestyle section. Alright, so now I'm in Insanity on the freestyle version, but of course I gotta do Control Alt Delete to move rigs and rods into a better spot, because every time I load up where OBS is by default, rigs and rods gets covered up a bit, so I need to be able to see better. Alright, so respawn you through the concrete. And I don't know if that's possible to fix that, but maybe you should try and see if you can fix that, so you can maybe like spawn more like into the stadium or something like that instead of way out there. Alright, so now here's the freestyle section as we're gonna go test out all the obstacles and stuff. As you see, he had some cars in front of the bus stack. He took the 2 vans and made a van stack over there, and he took out one of the cars right there and put an RV over there, and he took I think it was 2 cars in total for part of the touring cars, and he put both of them right there as cross threads for the bus. So anyways, test out the racing layer here as he made a little bit taller right there, more steep I meant to say, since the word wouldn't come to my head. And slow down here from this side. Let's see. Got a nice sky wheelie right there. That was pretty realistic. Alright, now to test it out a little bit quicker now, as I'm going to hit the side of the double right there. Didn't mean to do that. And I got to back up and line up for it. Get a little bit faster. I got a nice sky wheelie right there. That was realistic. And now we're going to swing it around to go right back for it the other way. Here we go. Get some speed. Okay, that didn't look quite right. Looked like it got caught right there. Came like a stop right there. So it might be a little bit too steep. But I mean, I wasn't hitting it really that hard. Alright, so now we're going to go check the other racing lane. Make sure they're like... Well, I guess it can't really say equal since they're not necessarily supposed to be equal for freestyle. Okay, nice sky wheelie right there as I hit slowly. Got realistic slap wheelie and sky wheelie too. As I go off the track and gonna go over, but can't do that yet. Alright, so now as we go for the racing lane on this side, crawl up and over it. Oh, nice sky wheelie once again, and of course gonna get a beautiful slap wheelie right there. And now time to hit them both a little bit harder. As I'm lining up right here. Here we go. Hit hard right there. And again, a nice sky wheelie, but once again it got caught a little bit by the front tires, like almost like a wall, so it might be a little bit too steep for it to be realistically hittable a little bit faster. Now right here, now that was a lot better too. Nice sky wheelie right there. Alright, so now we're gonna go for something a little bit easier right here. That's the RV right here. As gonna crawl into it. Got a nice sky wheelie right there. But now, here's where I gotta give him a lot of praise. It's realistic right here too, especially like hit a little bit slow. Nice. That time I got a sky wheelie, because last time I hit it really slow, it didn't do that at all. But the RV actually handled itself pretty well right here, as I got some nice realistic air off of it, and angle too of the jump. As we go right back for it, get a little bit harder. And okay, that was a nice nosedive right there. I've never seen that happen before. So that time I wasn't really as realistic. But the first time I remember it going through it a couple times, it was actually like being like quite realistic. Like not get like huge sky wheelies, but not like coming to like a complete stop when I hit them too. Got a nice sky wheelie right there. Alright, so now we're gonna go now for the bus stack right here. And unfortunately, here's where a bunch of the problems for the obstacles come into place. Not necessarily on this side, though. Here's the ramp side, which, of course, didn't really seem to have a problem at all, because that was a realistic jump right there. And I'm going to go right back for it once again. Gonna try and hit... You gotta try and hit it at every single angle like I do for MTWS when I make a track, to make sure not only are they hittable, but make sure they're hittable realistically. As I'm going to floor it to at that time, I got a nice sky wheelie right there. Alright, so now, as we're going to go right back for the steeper side this time, the step-up section right here, as I hit the van stack right there. Alright, now here, I don't think I've had a problem with this side at all. But then again, I don't think I really hit that much because it was like kind of in a not a good angle. As we're gonna go for it slow right here. Got a nice sky wheel as I wheelie down the buses right there. It wasn't really slow is when I had the problem. It was when I hit the stuff a little bit harder is when the real problem started to come in. Alright, so here we go. Lined up for it. And I think I'm lined up straight for it. Now we're going to go back for it. Here we go, much better. Alright, now we're going to hit a lot harder this time. And I got a nice sky wheelie right there. Although I'm not quite sure if that would be quite realistic. Oh, as I'm going to go over. Alright, we've hit everything on that side. So now we're going to go on the side I have a little bit more problem with, the steep side. And you're going to see why in a second. They seem pretty equal, same like elevation pretty much. Alright, so we're going to hit maybe both of them right there. Got a nice sky wheelie over it. Nice and slow. Alright, so now, as we turn, as I, oh, got caught by the stairs. Ah! Alright, come out. Oh, come on, don't get stuck in the stairs now. Don't start this shit with me. Oh, come on. I mean, we're almost out. Just get going already instead of getting always stuck in the stairs. I mean, why have the stairs there if you're going to have this problem? That's going to be difficult getting out of this spot. I mean, this jam. Especially when insanity doesn't go forward when you keep pressing on acceleration. Alright, now, finally, as I'm going to check out the steeper side once again as I hit a little bit harder. Because here's where a little bit of a problem comes in. Hit hard. Okay, that time it didn't do it because all the times I've done it before, it would like get caught and do like a backflip almost, which is definitely not realistic at all. As I go right back for a nice sky wheel right there. As I wheelie down it too. That was beautiful. And now, here we go right back for it. Maybe I'll hit a little bit harder this time. Because this is why I do an MTWS. Oh, you see right there. It came like a complete stop right there as I'm going to go over right there. So, yeah. Adam, you may want to maybe stick the cars in a little bit more. Or actually, the ramp seems nice little, not steep elevation. So maybe the cars probably need to be pushed in a little bit more if someone wants to hit it a little bit harder too. Like I said, when I make it off track, I always make it like as realistic as possible from high and low speeds. Alright, now here's where a jammer, we're going to go for a jammer now. This side, I think it was this side. It was one side, yeah, this is the side. This side I have no problem with. It's going to, of course, crawl over it. Nice sky wheelie right there as I land on top of the car right there. That was beautiful. And now we're going to go swing around it and try it again a little bit faster. It feels like I'm working on MTWS track again, which, by the way, I probably should do an MTWS event soon. It's been since May. As I'm okay, that time I got caught by the car. That's the first time that happened on that side. So, yeah, that's kind of a little problematic. That's the first time I see that happen, because I've hit a lot faster than that. Never had that problem before. Alright, try it again. It happened again, huh? I never had that happen on that side as I got stuck onto the jammer right there. Oh, come on. Really? We're going to start this shit? Alright, get down. That's funny because that is the exact problem I would have on this side, too, as it's actually steep on this side. Look how steep it is in comparison. It just goes like almost straight up. Unlike the other side where it goes up like a curve, as you can see like right there pretty much. As you hit slowly right here. That's like the only way you can go up that side is you gotta hit it slowly. As we turn around to go right for it once again. I haven't even finished hitting the bus stack. I gotta go back to doing that too, the cross-thread stuff. As you hit a lot quicker. And you see right there, did like a backflip off and got caught right there. So, Adam, maybe that side shouldn't be as steep, or maybe you should put the cars down a little bit more, or like make it a little bit wider so that you'd have more room over the cars, because that didn't seem quite realistic. Alright, so now, we're going to go for the rest of the bus deck since I didn't do it. Go for the cross-thread right here. I didn't really hit it straight on right there, but I got a nice cross-thread sky wheelie right there. And, of course, not a good spot with the the stairs, and, of course, the racing lane being in the way right there as I got a nice save in reverse. Alright, hope I'll line up better angle this time. Of course, I'm probably not going to get enough speed. Got a nice decent amount of speed right there as I got up and over it. That was pretty realistic. Alright, so now, we're going to go hit it from this side now, which is probably going to be the side that gets probably the least amount of hits off of it because it's in a very difficult spot in between the bus stack and the van stack right here. As I hit it hard right there, got a nice sky wheelie. As I come down into a nosedive and going to go Almost over. Can I save it? Oh, I couldn't. Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. Shh. Imagine not to get stuck by the stairs there. I got caught by the racing lane right there. That's just funny. Alright, now I still gotta hit it a little bit softer as I go tap the bus stack, which I'm gonna get to soon, but that's another problem. Alright, so here we go. This time we're gonna line up slowly for it. Got up and over it. Kind of realistic. And I got a nice save right there too. Alright now. I'm still sick. Still got hit the side right here. You'd think it would be a backflip, but oh my god, that was the first time I actually got like a rotation for a backflip, because all the times I've hit even hard, I always get like a huge sky wheelie off of it. That was actually kind of realistic. Now let's hit a little bit slower and see what happens. Up and over, nice sky wheelies, they land on top of the bus. That was every time usually when I hit the bus stack from that side when I was driving this last night during Chiefs and Patriots. It was never doing like the almost backflip rotation like it did just a second ago. Alright, now of course this side really isn't meant to probably be hit at all, but you see it kind of has like a curve to it, so hitting it for maybe like a backflip is possible. As you start to get the rotation right there. I couldn't get it right there. Alright, so I hit softly right there, because I've hit it before a couple times, although I think I hit more like into a spin coming into the turn, where I got like a whole bunch of like corkscrews and stuff like that. Let's see if I hit it a lot harder. And I got shoved back. Hey, I got a backflip off it right there too, as I overshot into the wall right there. Well, that was pretty interesting. So that's finally it for the double, the bus stack. I still gotta do the double. I still gotta do the bus stack. I still gotta do the van stack and the backflip wall, which, matter of fact, I'll do right now. Since it's so simple. It seems kind of small though. Like really skinny on the side. Look at it. It looks kind of small in comparison. But it looks like I was really good curve, so it looks like it won't be like caught at all. So we're gonna come crawl up to it. I got almost overshot right there. That was pretty good. Nice landed right there. Alright, am I still lined up? Okay, I'm still lined up straight for it. I'm gonna try and hit a little bit hard and see what happens if I don't get caught or anything. Yep, I kind of got caught right there, but I still got a backflip off of it. But then again, there's not really much I don't think you can do about that on rigs or rods, because if you make it any less steep to prevent you from getting caught, you might not be able to get a backflip off of it. Alright, now this side, I hit softly, got another backflip. Nice, landed too. Alright, here we go, hit harder. And got caught once again, and that time I almost corkscrewed it right there on two wheels. But yeah, nothing bad with the backflip ramp. Meanwhile, there's nothing you can do much about it. Alright, so now we're going to go for the van stack now right here, which I don't think I've really touched whatsoever, as I got nice air off of it right there. That time it caught me right there because I think I hit a little bit harder right there than usual, so that's probably why, because I hit usually kind of soft because I had to like really slow down a lot when I go into freestyles to line up for, because it's not in a good spot right here, especially if you got a backflip wall right there. So now here we go a little bit slower as I crawled over it. Alright, so here is the first time I have not done before. I have never hit it at all from this side, which, unfortunately, Adam, I don't think this is going to be good at all for you. I got going up and over it, backflipped off of it too, as I almost got it right there. And yeah, that's not really realistic, and also not very good that I hit that softly, because you already know what's going to happen if I hit it harder. Here we go, as I hit it, got shoved right back into another backflip though. So yeah, Adam, you may want to make it like a little bit more crunched in, or better yet, maybe put an extra car right there to make it a little bit more realistic. But also, you might want to, although honestly, that van stack's probably not in a good spot right there. It's difficult to line up from coming from this angle when you got line up with a turn with a backflip wall right in the way. But you can't also push it forward because you'll block that car right there. So you may want to put it like in a better spot, perhaps. Alright, so now we're going to go for the bus stack now over here, which I have a lot of problems with, but not this side pretty much. The other side, oh, I think Adam knows where I'm going to get going with that one. But over here, as I got a nice sky wheelie off the steep side, the ramp side. Now, unfortunately, I think I have a little bit of a problem. I hit hard too, which is the usual problem, like get caught and do like a backflip and stuff like that. Alright, as here we go, hit harder. Okay, that time it worked just right. Nice sky wheelie right there. I take a hard land on the roof, the rear end, I saved it. Alright, so that bus handled itself pretty well. And matter of fact, the way that bus model is, it looks like it's from MTM2, like the very original like buses from MTM2. I was gonna go up the cars that time. That time, unfortunately, that's really like the only way you can crawl up the bus that side if you hit it so softly like that. But the problem is you might get stuck and waste a whole bunch of time if you're doing a score. So now we're gonna hit it much harder. And here's where a major problem begins. I see, got caught, did a backflip off of it, which of course is definitely not realistic at all. I think a truck would normally go over it easily like that, especially flatten it in. So, Adam, you may want to flatten it from that side a little bit more, or probably more preferably, make an extra pyramid for it to add a little bit like going over it. I mean, because there should be enough room to easily add like an extra stack right there. Because I can already see myself maybe like have like really slow down my run at all if I ever hit the bus deck from that side. And that would be problematic if I was doing a scored run. Alright. Last up is the double as I crawl over it from this side. This is what, for all of you that don't know, I actually showed this before when I made my tutorial how to make tracks for MTF2 when I made the 2015 El Paso track. When I make an obstacle, I drive up it slowly and stuff to make sure everything's realistic, like it doesn't get like caught in a hole or something like that. And then I hit a lot harder, just so I know if it's realistically hitting it hard enough and stuff. I see I crawled over it, and I'm gonna go for this side now. The cross threads. Like I said, when you make tracks like these, it's a lot of work. Not only just like making the obstacles and painting them and stuff like that. And of course, you got a problem on MTM2, which you don't have on Riggs Rods, I'm sure. Is that you gotta put faces on the obstacles and stuff, so you can actually make them like hittable. Because normally it'll either be like a default where you just hit them like a wall and do nothing, or you'll go right through them and stuff like that. And you gotta add like boxes and stuff into the game to make them actually hittable. And it's gonna go up, crawl, nice like guy wheelie right there. That seemed kind of realistic as I got on two wheels right there. Only problem with that side is it's kind of small and it's not in a very good angle at all. So now we're gonna go for this side. This side's a little bit better, just like sky wheelies off. That was realistic. All right, so now we're gonna start flooring into it. Of course, this double, unlike most doubles, I'm pretty sure Adam made this intentionally because it's made more for sky wheeling over the double, and that's actually just like trying to jump over it. As you'll see, as I'm gonna hit it hard, but not too hard. You see, got a nice sky wheelie right there as I land like in the middle right there. It kind of looks like the double I've used numerous times from MTM2. As you can see, both sides are really steep. Now, of course, I could never do an obstacle like that steep on MTWS realistically, unfortunately. So that's why I focus more on like doing like huge jumps and stuff like that. Alright, as I'm gonna hit quite harder this time. I see I got a nice sky wheelie as I almost cleared it right there. I've cleared it before as I front flipped it right there. Alright, so now I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and that's hit it from this side, which I never done at all. Because that sky wheelie pretty much is gonna be quite difficult to probably clear. I have no idea how much well, that wasn't a good sign as I hit hard, but not too hard, and I end up getting caught. So that's not a good sign. Alright, so now we'll try it a little bit soft and see what happens. Up! Got caught again. Maybe if I respawn, maybe the flag was down, although I think the flag would be the problem in the back, not the front. Alright, let's try again. Hit slower this time. Alright, got sky wheelie over it. So now, off the side. As I'm going to hit a little bit harder this time. Hopefully it won't get caught. And get a nice sky wheelie over that side of the double. And nope, got caught once again as I almost did a backflip. Alright, now I'm going to be like Jim Kohler and see what happens if I hit it hard, like if I was freestyling. As I'm trying to line up for it. Here I go. Hit it hard right here, and got shoved right back. Didn't even get a backflip off of it. So, yeah, Adam, you might want to work on that. Maybe extend the ramp out a little bit more to make it more like a, I can't remember how it's described, because it's kind of, like at a good, like not so steep angle, but maybe it needs to be spread out a little bit more, maybe like out to here, perhaps make the ramp out to like here, and maybe not make it as curved, and maybe make the top of the ramp a little bit higher so the cars won't be like out to get caught by, and that way you can make a much better jump off it, and that way you can still probably get sky wheelies and jump and clear the double from that side. But I think he said this is not an he didn't do an updated version in the 2 weeks or so that I haven't worked on, so this is probably final. So Hopefully he'll listen to my advice and maybe make the tracks future on much better. Alright, so we're now going to go for the crossfit right here. And I got a nice sky wheelie, but I kind of got shoved off the side right there, which has always been like the problem for me when I hit from that angle. It seems just like the one down there, a little bit small, especially like if you're in a hurry, like in your score run, where you're trying to line up for it in time and stuff. As I'm going to hit it harder right here. This time I got a much better angle, and I got an unrealistic backflip off of it. So yeah, it seems a little bit too steep right there, Adam, so maybe you want to curve it out a little bit more, and maybe stretch it out a little bit more. Alright, now I'm going to hit from this side, which I've rarely done. Oh, I got a nice sky wheelie right there, as I land off the side. Alright, so now, as I touch the side of the RV right there, going to hit a little bit harder if I line up for it. Alright, here we go. Up and over it. Nice sky wheelie, and starting to unrealistically backflip it right there. As I got the save right there as we're winding down this video. And now all that's left I can think of, besides maybe like a donut test or something like that, to test out the traction, is the line for the crossfit right here. Hit softly. Got a nice sky wheelie right there. Like I said earlier, it's a little too small for the truck. I mean, let's see how wide it is as I line up for it. I mean, look at it. It's like barely big enough to stretch me wide enough for the truck to fit on, for crying out loud. Just barely. Needs to be a little bit bigger than that, Adam. Alright. I didn't hit from this side yet. Got a nice sky wheelie right there over the double. Alright, so now as I'm on a one-wheel save right there. So now, gonna line up for a harder hit on both those sides right here. Which is kind of difficult to line up for at the same time. Alright, here we go. Forward to it. Nice sky wheelie right there. So that time they actually handle themselves pretty well, especially if you line yourself up beforehand. But like I said, I'm also thinking of this as if you're actually freestyle like now, and you're like down to a couple seconds left. You want to make that hit in time, so you got like line up for that too. Okay, that time it wasn't really good. That kind of got caught right there. Maybe try once again, see what happens. All right, so here we go. This time line up for it once again. Got caught once again. So that side, unfortunately, was not good. The other side, though, seemed to be okay. Alright, so I've hit every obstacle, I believe, on the track at every single angle. And at both slow and high speeds. There's like only one thing left I can think of that I haven't really done yet. And that's to test out the traction of the dirt for like a donut. As I'm going for it right here. But then again, pretty much just by default, because in MTM2, for all of you who don't know, the traction is not set by default, so you got actually set to really do donuts better. Not to mention, the truck has to be designed in a way to do donuts, because like the default trucks for MTM2 are not built at all to do donuts. Matter of fact, if you try to do donuts on them, you're going to do like really wide-ass donuts at all to take the turns. It's not really at all good. You gotta make the trucks like the frame size and the angle of the position of the truck onto the frame and stuff to be able to do like really sharp donuts for like an MTWS, which took me years to figure out. But it's handling its donuts pretty well. Now let's see if I go into second gear, see how well it does. I'm starting to lift up. I think that's more of a problem with insanity than necessarily the dirt. Alright, got a little bit of control right here. Trying to tap. Seems to handle itself pretty well now. I'm getting really fast now and starting to... Okay, now it's starting to lift up as I come to a stop right there. Alright, I think I've done all the tests on both the race and freestyle track. Racing seems okay, but freestyle, Adam, you might need to work on a little bit of problems when you if you ever remake this track. First off the jammer, you gotta make the other side a little bit less steep, or maybe make it a little bit wider, or maybe push the cars down a little bit more so they don't get caught. The racing lanes, the RV right there are fine. The backflip wall's fine. There's nothing else you can do much about that than other than getting caught, which nothing you can do about it. The bus stack, this side is great. This side though has its problems. You either gotta crush the bus in, or maybe add an extra stack to it. Make like another like a double car stack into the bus stack for a pyramid to make it not get caught. The van stack is in a very bad spot, although not really much you can do about that. It kind of gets caught on this side, so maybe you gotta push the van down a little bit more, but this side, either the van needs to be crushed in more, or you need to add a car in here. The bus stack seems largely fine except right here. The cars need to be pushed in a little bit more, or the ramp needs to be a little bit less steep and maybe out a little bit more for like a higher jump and stuff. And then of course the double over there, you gotta make it a little bit less steep. That way, especially on the you gotta make it jump right here not as steep and out a little bit more, and maybe push the cars in more. That way you don't get caught. You need to make the crossfed angles a little bit wider for the trucks to line up for them quickly in more time. And of course, this right here seems to get caught by the curve right here, so that's a problem too. Then unfortunately, I don't know if you're going to be able to fix that at all. That time I got a nice sky wheelie off of it, unlike the last 2 times. And I think the crossfeds themselves also need to be not as steep too. But other than that, this is an awesome try for Dave. I think it was his first track he ever made too, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Oh yeah, another criticism is maybe add some more color. I mean, that's just me, because I like seeing colorful tracks like World Finals 9, stuff like that. It's always been a problem of mine for like the last 6 years and stuff like that. So don't fall into their trap either, Adam. But other than that, this track is awesome, and I will probably do a freestyle on this sometime later today, perhaps, if I ever get some time. But I don't know, I've been doing this video now for over a half an hour total, and I got a whole bunch of stuff to do in terms of uploading videos and stuff. So who knows if I'll do a freestyle on this, but I'm sure I'll eventually do it. So hopefully this won't be like a one-time thing, and maybe I'll get some other tracks to debut soon, so I can offer some constructive help, and so y'all can make better tracks too. I got a nice stoppie right there off the racing lane to fish the run.